Conservationists are launching a new campaign this week aimed at getting HS2 to do more to protect wildlife and ancient woodlands along its route through the East Midlands. The Woodland Trust, based in Grantham, says it's been horrified by detailed plans released last week by HS2 on the environmental impact of the project. But HS2 says taking care of the environment is a top priority. Rob Pittham has been to one threatened woodland to find out more.
Mario, we're just outside Nottingham to the north of the city. Over there is the M1 and over there is New Farm Woods. Now they're slap bang on the route for HS2. The new line will run right through the middle of it. And conservationists fear that will mean that this wood will either be severely damaged or completely destroyed. Wildlife groups say HS2 ignores the economic importance as well as the environmental impact of places like this, arguing that they're vital for recreational use and clean air too. They want the company to consider changing routes or even tunnelling under nature reserves. I'm joined now by Jack Taylor from the Woodland Trust and Erin McDade from the Notts Wildlife Trust. And Jack, first of all, your organisation said you were horrified when you saw the environmental plans for HS2. That was quite a strong reaction.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think if you look at the damage that's being done to irreplaceable habitats, we're talking ancient woodland and ancient veteran trees. There are 19 ancient woods that are going to be going on Phase 2B. We're actually stood right in front of one of the woods that will be going. So, yeah, horrified is the correct word.
HS2 say they're actually going to be planting millions of trees. It's actually a big increase in the wildlife of the UK.
I mean, if you look at that realistically, that's greenwashing. I mean, you can't plant trees to replace irreplaceable habitats. These woods they've been around for centuries. They are effectively nature's cathedrals. So if you're planting to try and replace them, that's not enough in any sense of the word. So yeah, we think there's a lot more that needs to be done by HS2. Planting's not going to replace these beautiful habitats.
And as if to prove the wildlife benefit of this place, you're actually getting covered in ladybirds, aren't you?
Look, yeah, I've got tons of them all over me.
Yeah, I think I've got a few on me too. And Erin, let me just come across to you as well. We're talking about greenwashing was the phrase that Jack's just used. What does the Wildlife Trust think about this?
Yeah, absolutely. The claims about a green corridor are effectively disingenuous. Right from day one, we think that HS2 have undervalued the importance of wildlife habitats. A whole host of local wildlife sites, floodplain grassland in the Erewash Valley, rare limestone grassland up the western border of the county will all be lost. And local wildlife sites are absolutely fundamental to protecting local wildlife populations.
But you're talking about damage, and right over your shoulder there is the M1 motorway. You know, it's running right through these woods. I mean, they're already damaged, aren't they?
These sites are here. They've been damaged in the past, but that doesn't justify any further damage. All you're doing is you're destroying wildlife value in the wood that will be taken away, but you're also putting a major impact on the wood next door. There's another ancient woodland right next door, which will no longer have that buffer between the M1 and now the HS2 corridor as well.
OK, thanks, Erin. And the Woodland Trust has now got a campaign which begins on Thursday this week, asking people with concerns to get in touch with HS2. I'll hand you back now before we completely disappear under ladybirds.